So people, yeah, I back again. I'm gonna keep this one short. Right now I'm gonna be talking about money, the concept of money. What is money? Money is a concept in our heads. Why do I say this? For money to work, for money system to work, we need to all agree that this is gonna be the medium that we are all going to transact with. If we all disagreed and we all said, no, I want to use this, I want to use that, I want to trade with that, it'll be very difficult for us to, to have a functional money supply system or money circulation system. So, for money to work, we all need to agree. Otherwise, if I wanted to buy shoes from you, you would say, I want 10 uh, 10 car wheels, and I would tell you I don't have car wheels, I have two chickens. And you'd say, okay, I think the 10 car wheels are equivalent to 200 chickens. So if you want these shoes, give me 200 chickens. You see? So it would be very hard to equate value. And, throughout time, we, the money system has developed and it's kind of efficient, but it's not perfect. So money is a concept. Many people don't know how money is printed. There's something called the central bank that sits here in the middle. Central bank. And right here is something called the entrepreneur or the producer. Someone who makes stuff, who creates stuff, like a farmer or a businessman who comes up with products and services. So here you have your entrepreneur, and here you have your central bank. And here to your left or right, you have your economy. Economy, central bank, and entrepreneur. Now I want to show you how this stuff works. Money is created by the central bank, the physical money. But it is only created on a basis that there has to be a growth of output. What is output? Output is a product. For example, it can be a piece of maize. It can be a new piece of technology that has been created. Something new. That accounts as output. So when that thing is created, we print new money. So that money is an account. It tells us that something has been created. See, before money was popular in society, when you went and you mined your gold, you'd go and you keep it at a vault, at a goldsmith vault. You see, before they were called banks, these people would keep their money, your gold for you. So whenever you needed it, you'd come and you collect your gold and then you go and use it to buy something. Because you had so much, you couldn't keep it alone. These people would take care of it. So for them and you to keep account of how much is in your vault, they'll create a receipt. They'll give you a receipt to say, here, your gold, we put it in the vault here. Here's a receipt that shows that you have 10 pieces of gold in the back. You see, over time, whenever you needed to make a purchase of something, you'd have to go to the bank, give back that receipt, get your gold, and go and trade. You see, but because of the speed of activity of business, somehow, someway, people started to trade these pieces of receipts. You see, I could go to someone and say, hey man, look, give me that thing and I'll give you this receipt. This receipt guarantees you 10 pieces of gold that I have in my account. You just take this to the banker and he will give you the pieces of gold. You see? The banker, on the other hand, see, now people start trading using these pieces of receipts as money. That's what money is, based on the gold that's in the bank. So you can have money without something that backs it, something that we all believe is valuable. You see? So back then, money was backed by gold. That's what it was. That's why people wanted to mine gold, because gold was a valuable item. People traded using gold. So you'd go and then you'd exchange your receipt and get gold. But the person who receives that money also says he wants to also buy some food and says, look, man, I want your food, but I'm tired. I don't want to go to the bank. I have a friend who bought something off me and gave me this receipt that guarantees you 10 pieces of gold in the bank. You take this and hold it and give me the goods. You see how the cycle goes on and on. Now the paper is flowing around. Now the banker notices this and says, look, since everyone is trading with these pieces of paper, instead of you walking around with a big piece of that says you have 100 pieces of gold, how about I write you 10 pieces of receipts? Instead of giving you $100 check, I'm gonna give you 10 $10 checks that you can use if you want to pay for something. If you want to pay for something that's less than $100, you don't have to give them a $100 check. You can give them $10 check. You can give them a $5 check. Actually, I'll go as far as making coins so you can pay for little items. You see how it started? Now fast forward. Money is no longer backed by gold as of the 1930s, 40s. We now use what's called fiat money. There is no gold backing the money that's out there right now. You see, bankers, whatever money they have in their bank, they loan out 90% of it. You see, there is no gold backing this money. The money that's out there is based on trust. If we all went and started demanding our money from the banks, they would go bankrupt. But they know we will never do that. Because we're constantly trading and passing on debt, passing on receipts. So what I'm trying to tell you is that money always has to be backed by something. What is backing all this fake money that's been printed out? If you go and deposit $10 into your bank, your bank takes that $10, keeps $1 in your account, just in case you want to make a payment for something small. They'll take the $9 and give it to someone else who needs it. And they'll charge interest on that person. They'll give $9 to that person, to the next person. That next person takes that $9 and deposits it into the bank. The bank says, okay, we're going to take that $9 and loan it up to someone else. In the bank's balance sheet, they now have two people. One has 10, one thinks he has $9. But in reality, there's only one $10. And that money keeps getting loaned out to the point where it turns into zero. The next person who gets that loan will get $8. The next person, and when that person goes and deposits it into that bank will keep what? 10% of that. And loan at what? 90%. See how it works? And those loan out 7, loan out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 until it goes to zero. They've created so much fake money, but it's all based on what? They know that people are going to continue to trade as long as there's production. See, the bank, they don't just loan money out. When they loan out this money, they loan this money out to people who are going to create $9 of value. So, for example, if I put $10 into my account right now, the bank is going to go and take 9. It's going to keep $1 for me. Because they know that my activity is not frequent enough that I'll come in or demand the whole $10. See? So they'll take the $1, put it there, and then they'll take the 9 and give it to someone else who needs it. But they'll only give the $9. They're not giving him cash money. They're only giving it to someone who will go and create $9 or more worth of value. That's why people go with projects and propose them to banks, and banks give them money and say, here is a loan. but you better create the value that you've promised us. Because if you don't, we're going to take your house and we're going to sell it and use it to repay that money that you messed up, you threw away, that you blew away. That's how the economy works. When that person comes back and says, yo, Mr. Banker, I've created the $9 plus more worth of goods. Here's your $9. The bank says, okay, thank you. Takes that $9, puts it back, and loans out 8 again. And the cycle keeps going, keeps going. Now, Mr. Person who's just created a business, created $9 of valuable goods, he's now created a business. He probably made $20 and paid back his $9 loan. Now he has $11. He's gonna take that $11 and go put it in the bank again. And that will be loaned out again. Or of that $11 that he makes, he's gonna pay his employees $2 there, $2 there, $2 there, and the rest he'll bank or reinvest in the business or keep it in the bank account. Those employees, they've been paid. They're gonna take that money, they're gonna go and put it in the bank. See how it works? And the banks keep creating money because they trust that people will keep innovating. But the problem now, when you have an innovative country and a country that doesn't innovate, mostly in African countries where no one is doing anything, banks are operating on that narrative that we can keep creating money as long as people are creating. But people aren't creating any businesses. So the money that's being printed out is not really an account of any real value. It's just money. It's just paper. It's no different to this. If I could guarantee you that this is equal to this drink, I could give this to you and you would accept it. You'd say, okay, this is equivalent to what is this? A Canada Dry. So it's probably about $1 worth of tissue. I could give this to someone and say, look, this is backed by a can of Canada Dry. But the thing is, banks, they could be printing out money that's not backed by anything. That's where inflation happens. Because you're pumping out something that has no value. You're inflating its value. It's supposed to be value. You see? You keep pushing in blank air and you're inflating the balloon when there's no value to back it up. You see? It's like a scale. The scale has to balance. When there's no balance, it means when there's no product on one side, the scale tips and tips and tips until the rocks on the other side